True strength is built quietly away from the noise, the applause, and the distractions, so when you finally step into the light, your impact is undeniable. In a world obsessed with instant validation and public recognition, the real game changers know a secret. Success isn't about loud announcements or showing off before the work is done. It's about the silent hours, the unseen sacrifices, the relentless grinding when nobody's watching. Building yourself in private means investing in your growth without needing applause or approval. It means waking up early to sharpen your skills, reading while the world sleeps, practicing when others rest, and staying focused when distractions scream for your attention. It's in those quiet moments that your character is forged, your confidence is cultivated, and your resilience is built. And then, when you finally reveal what you've been working on, whether it's your skills, your mindset, or your achievements, you don't just meet expectations, you shatter them. People will be shocked because they only saw the surface. They didn't witness the late nights, the failures, or the persistence behind the scenes. So today, I want to speak to the part of you that is tired of explaining, the part of you that's done chasing validation, the part of you that is silently rebuilding, reclaiming, and rising. Because when you build yourself in private, you will shock everyone in public. Silence is not emptiness. It's the soil where greatness grows. There is a sacredness to silence that many fail to see. The world often mistakes silence for weakness, for emptiness, but it is the very opposite. Silence is a fertile soil, a nurturing ground where the seeds of greatness quietly take root. When you find yourself in moments of solitude, do not despair. Do not rush to fill the stillness with noise or distraction. Instead, breathe deeply and honor this space. It is where your spirit whispers its deepest truths. When the world is loud and demanding, silence becomes a sanctuary. In the absence of applause, you begin to hear your own heartbeat, your own rhythm. And in that rhythm lies the blueprint of your destiny. It is in those quiet moments that you cultivate patience, discipline, and focus. These are the unseen bricks with which you build your foundation. The work done in silence is often the most powerful work, for it is not motivated by the desire for recognition, but by an inner call to grow. Silence teaches you to trust yourself. When there is no one watching, you become your own witness, your own supporter. You learn to celebrate small victories that no one else notices the extra effort, the moments of resisting doubt, the times you chose hope instead of fear. This is where resilience is born, not in the spotlight, but in the shadows. The strength to stand tall when the world tries to push you down begins here. The world will never know the countless hours you spent wrestling with your thoughts, the tears shed in private, or the times you chose to get up again after falling. These moments do not require validation, yet they carry immense power. This is the invisible work that transforms your spirit into steel. The roots you plant in silence give you the ability to withstand any storm that life sends your way. Growth cannot be rushed. Like a tree, you must grow deep roots before your branches can reach the sky. The deepest growth often happens away from the eyes of the crowd. Do not be afraid to retreat, to slow down, to build quietly. You are not behind. You are exactly where you need to be. Trust the process and honor your own timing. When you embrace silence as your teacher, you begin to listen not just to the world around you, but to the whispers within. Those quiet whispers carry wisdom and clarity that noise can never provide. They guide you toward your true purpose and help you shed the distractions that do not serve you. In silence, you find freedom from the constant need to prove yourself to others. Many will misunderstand your need for quiet. They will ask why you are not showing your progress or celebrating loudly. But remember, not all journeys need an audience. Some journeys are sacred, meant only for your eyes and your heart. Protect this sacred space fiercely. It is where your soul is being shaped, refined, and prepared for the brilliance that lies ahead. In the stillness, you learn the art of patience. You learn to wait without anxiety, to trust without control. The greatest gifts in life are often wrapped in silence and waiting. When you resist the urge to rush or compare, you create space for miracles to unfold. Your growth becomes a quiet revolution, unstoppable and profound. Silence also teaches humility. When you build yourself in private, you shed the need for external approval. You learn that your worth is not measured by likes, comments, or applause, but by your own integrity and perseverance. This humility becomes a powerful shield against the toxic noise of the world. You become more attuned to your emotions, more compassionate toward yourself. You stop fighting your flaws and start embracing them as part of your unique story. In this acceptance, true healing begins. You nurture your spirit with kindness and allow yourself to grow at your own pace. As you grow in silence, you begin to attract the right energy and the right people. The noise fades, and what remains is authentic connection and meaningful support. Your quiet confidence becomes magnetic because it is rooted in truth and resilience, not in the need to impress. The work done in silence may feel lonely at times, but it is never wasted. It is the invisible labor that sets you apart, that prepares you to rise when the moment is right. Remember that the tallest mountains are formed by the slow, steady pressure of the earth beneath them. You too are being shaped by forces unseen. When you finally step into the light, you will carry the power of all the silent moments within you. Your presence will command respect not because you shout louder, but because you embody strength and grace that cannot be ignored. People will wonder how you became so unshakable, but you will know the truth. It was the silence that made you. This journey of silent growth is ongoing. There will be times when silence feels heavy, when doubts creep in, and when the world demands noise. But hold fast to your sanctuary. Protect your soil. Continue to nurture the greatness growing beneath the surface. Your time to shock the world will come. Heal in solitude, return in power. Healing is a journey that asks for solitude. It is in the quiet moments away from the crowd that true restoration begins. When you are broken, do not rush to patch the cracks for others to see. Instead, retreat into yourself and allow the healing to take root deep within. There is profound power in healing privately, away from the judgments and expectations of the world. In solitude, you confront your pain without distraction. You allow yourself to feel every hurt, every loss, every betrayal without shame or denial. This is the courageous act that many avoid. To sit with your wounds and listen to what they need is the first step toward reclaiming your power. Healing is not about forgetting, it is about transforming pain into strength. When no one is watching, you have the freedom to be completely honest with yourself. You admit the parts of your story you have hidden, the fears you have ignored, and the dreams you have silenced. This honesty is liberating. It breaks the chains of denial and opens the door to genuine growth. Healing in solitude also means learning to forgive not just others, but yourself. You recognize that mistakes and failures are part of your human journey, not reasons for condemnation. Forgiveness becomes a balm that soothes your spirit and clears the way for new beginnings. It is a quiet revolution that restores peace within. The process is neither quick nor easy. It requires patience, self-compassion, and unwavering faith in your own resilience. There will be days when the weight of grief feels unbearable and nights when hope seems distant. But these moments do not define you. They are part of the sacred dance of healing. As you heal in solitude, you cultivate a deep well of inner strength. You learn to stand alone without fear, to trust your own voice, and to find comfort in your own presence. This strength is not born from the absence of pain, but from the courage to face it head on. When you are ready to return to the world, you come back transformed. You carry the wisdom of your journey, the scars that tell stories of survival, and a new sense of purpose. You are no longer the person who needed validation. You are someone who validates themselves. Your return will be a quiet shock to those who doubted you. They will see the difference in your gaze, your posture, your words. You will radiate an energy that cannot be faked or taught. It is the energy of a soul that has been tempered by fire and has emerged unbreakable. Healing in solitude prepares you for the challenges ahead. It equips you with tools to navigate life's storms with grace and resilience. You develop boundaries that protect your peace and a clarity that guides your decisions. Your journey becomes a beacon for others who are still searching. Remember that healing is not a destination but a lifelong path. You will continue to grow and evolve, sometimes in silence, sometimes in the spotlight. Each step forward is a testament to your commitment to yourself. Never rush your healing to satisfy others' timelines. Your journey is sacred and uniquely yours. Honor the seasons of solitude as holy ground where your soul renews itself. Trust that when you are ready, you will return with a power so profound, it will change the course of your life. This power is not about control or domination. It is about reclaiming your story and stepping into your truth with dignity and strength. You will shock the world, not by proving something to them, but by embodying your own liberation. Mastery requires obscurity before mastery deserves attention. The path to mastery is rarely glamorous. It is a path walked in obscurity, away from the eyes of the crowd and the temptation of instant recognition. True mastery demands relentless dedication and often requires you to work in silence, unseen and uncelebrated. It is here, in the quiet moments, that you hone your craft and deepen your understanding. Mastery cannot be rushed. It unfolds over time, layer by layer, with every failure and every success building upon the last. The world is quick to praise the final product, but often ignores the years of hidden work behind it. If you want to master your life, your craft, your dreams, you must be willing to embrace the obscurity that comes before the spotlight. There is beauty in this hidden labor. In the hours spent practicing, learning, refining, you develop not only skill but character. You cultivate patience, humility, and perseverance. These qualities become the foundation upon which your mastery stands. When you choose obscurity, you choose freedom from external pressure. You work not for applause, but for excellence. Your motivation becomes intrinsic. You measure success by your own growth, not by public approval. This shift in mindset is transformative. Obscurity also protects you from distractions. When no one is watching, you are free to experiment, to make mistakes, and to learn without fear. This is the sacred playground where innovation and creativity thrive. Many seek shortcuts to mastery, but there are none. The process requires discipline and an acceptance of the slow grind. It is a journey that demands you show up every day, even when progress feels invisible. In this hidden phase, you build resilience. You learn to trust the process and to hold space for your own evolution. You develop a quiet confidence that does not need external validation. The world may question your silence, but you know that every great success story began in obscurity. The legends you admire all spent years building their craft before they shocked the world with their brilliance. Mastery is also a deeply personal journey. It is about becoming the best version of yourself, not someone else's ideal. This requires courage to follow your own path, even when it diverges from popular opinion. When the time comes to reveal your mastery, it will be undeniable. The depth of your skill and the authenticity of your presence will command attention. You won't need to shout. Your work will speak for itself. This moment of revelation is not the end, but a new beginning. You will continue to grow, to learn, and to refine. Mastery is a lifelong commitment, and obscurity will always be part of the journey. Embrace the quiet seasons. Cherish the moments of solitude and hard work. These are the crucibles where your greatness is forged. When you finally step into the light, you will shock everyone and not just with what you have achieved, but with the depth of who you have become. There is a quiet kind of power that grows when no one is watching, when the lights are off, when the applause is gone, and when the world forgets your name. That is where your true self is forged. You build in private, not because you are hiding, but because transformation demands silence, it demands focus, discipline, and an unwavering devotion to growth that doesn't need validation. And while the world celebrates those who are loud, those who are seen, those who scream, Their success, you learn to cherish the stillness of becoming. You choose solitude, not because you are alone, but because you are aligning. Every tear you cry behind closed doors, every battle you fight with your own doubt, every time you choose discipline over distraction, those are the invisible bricks building a foundation no one can shake. You don't need the crowd to see it. You don't need the critics to understand it. You just need to keep going. Because when you emerge, when you finally rise, they won't know what hit them. The same people who overlooked you, doubted you, dismissed you, will be stunned, not by how loud you became, but by how unshakably whole you are. You didn't rise with noise. You rose with purpose. You didn't build for praise. You built for peace. You didn't chase fame. You chased healing, and that healing became your spotlight. So build. Build with tears in your eyes and strengthen your spirit. Build when no one claps for you. Build when it's hard. Build when it's lonely. Build even when it feels like nothing is changing, because something is. You are. And when the time is right, the world will watch in awe as you stand in the very identity they tried to break, with a glow they can't explain and a strength they never saw coming. You owe no performance, just presence. No noise, just depth. No announcement, just arrival. That's how you shock the world, not by becoming who they expect, but by becoming everything they never saw coming. Build yourself in private, and when you rise, rise like the dawn, quiet, undeniable, and impossible to ignore.